Hello viewers, welcome back. We are now looking at various viewpoints of the value of the company. So let's dig in a little bit deeper to understand exactly why we get these differences when we pursue these three different valuation techniques. The key here is understanding that each of these techniques provides us with some insights into the views from different groups. What we can do for reference is just bring up the definition of these three techniques that we went over through already, just so we can refer to them in this discussion. We've seen these definitions. We've seen these definitions, these ones here. So we've seen those definitions in our previous video. Now, but we want to refer to those definitions into our discussion that we have for now. So let's start with the comparable trading analysis. Let's first remove these ones. Now, we want to start off with this comparable trading analysis. It is really the various participants in the market, the various market participants that are moving the stock prices, for these peer companies. So this technique is showing us some insights into the view of it shows some insights into their view, the market's view of the value. So we look at here as we are focusing at the market view, because it is actually the market participants. They are the ones who determine the stock prices for the different peer companies. So this makes it to be focusing on those participants' view or the market view of our value of the company. Now, if you look at the precedent transaction analysis, this one, the precedent transaction analysis, it is the previous buyers that agreed on, or they are the ones who actually set the acquisition prices. In other words, it's these previous buyers who said they agreed on whichever value they agreed on, and they set the acquisition price. So when we go through this technique, we are really looking into the buyer's view. We are looking into the buyer's view of the value of the business. And finally, when we look at the DCF analysis, it will be you, the person who is building the DCF model. It will be a finance analyst of the company, and you are the one who has done all the computations, meaning it is your view as a finance analyst, because you are the one who built the DCF, you are the one who built the DCF model, and you are the one who even selected the inputs, and you are also the one who selected the technique to use. So it is your view of the value of the company. So finally, we could just summarize and say, let's first delete this. we could summarize and say that comparable trading analysis is really showing us the market view. So it is only showing us the market view, and that market view of the value of the company. In other words, the people in the market, what they have decided in regard to the prices or the stock prices for the company. Then the precedent transaction analysis, that is showing the buyer's view of the value. And finally, the DCF analysis is showing us your view of the value. So the key to understanding this is just understanding that even though the underlying company is the same in all the three situations, these different groups may have different views of the value of the company. The market may have a different view than the previous buyers, and the buyers may have a different view than you who do those values for the DCF. So those values can differ depending on the viewpoints of these different groups. So let's move down and now think about some advantages and disadvantages to these three techniques. Now, let's start off with the comparable. The comparable trading analysis. Now, one big advantage is that it uses readily available data that is easily observable. In other words, it uses the data that is available. It is actually, the data is readily available, and it can be observable by any person. As long as you are within the market, you can access the market information. You can be able to get, even when you can't have access. If you were taken and you go into the field, you'll be able to understand that such and such a company, these different people, they are actually saying that the value is this, depending on what is prevailing at the moment. So that can be easily observable. And also, the pricing is efficient. The pricing is efficient. And in fact, it's updated for, it is updated for us constantly. But the big disadvantage is that no peer company or companies are exactly the same as the target company that we are trying to value. Because it is hard for, even if when these companies are in the same line of production, they are the same production processes, maybe they are on the same resources. The point is, they are not always going to be the same, because you may find that these companies actually having strong internal control system in terms of maybe the people they employ. So those are some of the things that that are non-quantifiable, but you can't equate them anyhow. So it is hard to find those peer groups that are actually the same as the very company that we are trying to value. So that's the disadvantage. So now we are done with that. If you consider this precedent transaction analysis, the first advantage is very similar to comparable trading analysis. The data is readily available and easily observable. It also shows us the market for a possible sale of a company or possible purchase of the company. Because here, the information, yes, is available, and even it shows us the sale, how much we can make if we were to sell the company now. We can readily get that information. So, the challenge is that, or the big disadvantage is that it is hard to find a perfectly comparable peer. But also, it can be difficult to find recent transactions. Even recent transactions, they may not be there. Because for you may be having the information, yes, it is readily available, but maybe the company was bought early 90s. And you are still using the values of early 90s because they are the ones that you have. That's when you bought the company. So the recent transactions, they may not be available since we are looking at previous buyers. Finally, let's take a look at the discounted cash flow techniques because that's our best method. Finally, as we look at the discounted cash flow techniques or the DCF analysis, it is a very sound found valuation technique. It provides us with a wider and wonderful opportunity to learn so much about the underlying business. We get opportunity to learn because you go through all the future cash flows the company anticipates to generate from the projects they are undertaking. You get to know what the company does. You get to find out some of the challenges, because by looking at the cash flows, they are outflows and inflows. It means it's like you are taking the whole business. You have to be, by knowing the outflows and inflows, you have to be doing good bookkeeping to have everything in place. So it gives us an opportunity to learn about the business. But now the challenge is that the big one is that it requires a lot of inputs. Now, if you find companies that don't actually keep their records, it may be hard for you to actually start penetrating into those transactions. So it requires a lot of inputs. And remember, the model that you are building is as good as the inputs that you are using. So if you get wrong inputs, it means you are going to get wrong results and you make wrong conclusions. So we need to be very careful and make sure that we are comfortable with the inputs that we are going to use, and they can make economic sense, not just picking figures that don't actually add up to anything. You can't reason them out. So it's great that we have been able to go through the overview of these three really common valuation techniques, and we now know how the DCF analysis or the DCF technique fits in and how it compares to the other two techniques that we commonly use. What we are going to do now is focus on the DCF analysis, and that focus is going to start in the next video as we take a look at how to design the DCF model and what they are going to be used for. So we are going to look at the DCF model design, and this is going to be the whole, in other words, the full DCF. That's what we are going to look at in the next video. Thank you for watching. Endeavor to subscribe to our channel. You hit the notification bell icon to make sure that you get notified whenever we upload new videos. There are so many things that are coming in. Stay tuned. Bye for now.